Hey. I was thinking, and so I wanted to come on here and share my thoughts with you this morning. We are on October 31st, the end of the month. And if you've been following me, then you know that I've been reading from my book, The Beautiful Journey, during this month. I just wanted to give some insights as to what it's like going through breast cancer. This has been something. Reading my book, The Beautiful Journey, again has brought back some feelings that I would like to just keep away, because sometimes I feel like this was not my life for real. It still seems surreal at times with all the surgeries that I've had, with the ones that I still have to go through. It just doesn't seem like this is my life, but it is. I was thinking about something today as I was walking. I normally walk in the mornings for about 3 miles, maybe a little more some mornings, depending on the route that I take. But I love to see the kids off to school in the morning and to tell them to have a great day. When I'm walking, I'm not by myself. I mean, I am alone, but I have my phone with me and I like to go on TikTok. I listen to either gospel music in the morning to help me get my day going and get me centered, or there's a person who I like to watch. Her name is Miss Netta, and she cooks. She lives in Houston and she would get up every morning at 6 o'clock. Well, she would get up before that, she said, but she would start cooking 6 o'clock Houston time, which would be 7 o'clock here in Cleveland. And she would cook a whole meal and desserts. She would bake a whole cake and she goes from start to finish, lets us know everything she puts in her stuff so that people who don't know how to cook can cook as well. They can learn. She had a cooking show, as she said, and she loved her TikTok babies. I never cooked anything because most of the stuff that she cooked, I didn't eat. As a vegetarian, a picky vegetarian, there wasn't many things that I would watch, but she was funny. Her Netta After Dark was hilarious. Like she had a mouth on her that was just so funny because it was so unassuming and she was very quick with the words that she had. But she also was someone who loved the Lord. We would pray every day. And it was just a good energy in that room. I was on her live on Tuesday. She was cooking some fried ribs. I don't eat ribs, but I watched her cook. And then yesterday when I tried to get on, as I was getting on her live, I saw her daughter, but she was ending the live at the time. So I didn't get a chance to hear what she was saying and why she was there. But this morning, when I went looking for her at 7 o'clock, her daughter was on again. And I found out that she passed away. I I was crying as I was walking the streets. Tears was coming down my face because I've been following this person probably since the beginning of the year. She's been doing it since the pandemic, but I just found her the beginning of this year and I looked forward to those days being in that room, being a part of the community, even though I was a voyeur, right? Because it wasn't like we could have much conversation with her. But I felt part of her family. She was only 60. She was not much older than I am. But she had an old soul and she loved teaching people how to cook. She died in her sleep, her daughter said, on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And I was thinking about that today because I'm like, life is short. Like, none of us know our last day, our last hour, our last minute. We just don't know. And as I'm reading my book, The Beautiful Journey, and thinking about my experience, I realized that I cannot live a life being concerned about when I'm going to die. I have to live. And the chapter that I want to read from today, or at least talk about today, is titled Ready, Set, Live on Purpose. That was my motto. And I actually have a whole Facebook group with that. I even trademarked the name. Live on Purpose. I want to share with you a quotation that I reference here, and it's from Joseph Campbell. And it says, life has no meaning. Each of us has meaning, and we bring it to life. It is a waste to be asking the question when you are the answer. And the question would be, what is life, right? When you think about that, what is life? I remember watching Super Soul Sunday with Oprah Winfrey one day, and her guest that day was Mark Nepo. Mark is someone that I relate to, and I think it's because he's a cancer survivor as well. He had gone through cancer twice. He's a New York Times bestseller, author, poet, and philosopher. And I remember Oprah asked him, what is the purpose of the human experience? And what he said blew me away. I'm going to see if I can read this. Paraphrasing, he said, the purpose of the human experience is for the soul to blossom in human form here on earth. Rather than finding heaven on earth, we are to release heaven by living on earth. That was an aha moment for me. We are to be heaven. We are to release it. That's what our purpose is. And when I think about Miss Netta, that is what she did. When I look at all the tributes people are saying, she touched each one of us, not even knowing it. Like she just wanted to be famous on TikTok. That is what she wanted. She wanted to love on people, give encouragement, share the word, and also love on, well, I said love on people, teach people how to cook from start to finish. That's what she wanted to do. You know, when I think about my purpose and what I feel that it is, I go back to listening to Dr. Anita Phillips. She has a book called The Garden Within. And I heard her being interviewed, and she was asked, what is purpose? And she said, purpose is fulfilling the need in the community that you're a part of. Like that is what we're supposed to do. That we are God's answer to someone's prayer. However we can help, however we can be in service to someone. That is what our purpose is. We act as though we have forever, and we don't know how much we have. So we can't play around with this. We have to get busy, get in action, doing what it is that we were created to do. I remember listening to Dr. Miles Monroe. If you don't know who he is, he was a pastor. He's passed on at this point, but he talks about the cemetery being the richest place on earth, not the oil fields in Saudi Arabia, but the cemetery, because there lies unrealized dreams and untapped potential, a whole lot of it. We don't want to leave this place. We don't want to die with our gifts still inside of us, with our dreams not being realized, with our potential not being tapped into. I remember reading somewhere that we only utilize 11% of our full potential. 11, that's it. Think about if we move that needle to just 13, 14, like how much more we could do. And so my challenge to you today is to live and live on purpose, with purpose. Yeah. So this is it. This is my last day with my book. Again, if you want to read it for yourself, you can definitely get a signed copy from me, or you can go to Amazon and purchase it for yourself. It is so many good lessons in there, and I'm not just saying it because I wrote it. Because do know I did not consider myself a writer prior to this. Now I've written 4 books. And so, yes, I am a writer, and I'm really proud of this one because it really came from the heart. And when I think about this book, even when I go back and read it now, I'm like, I could not have come up with this by myself. I know that the words that were given to me were from God. And so I'm just glad that this book has been able to help people in their own journey, that has been able to continue to help me as I just go through life, just to see where I've come from to where I am now. So yeah, so grab your copy. And I hope you enjoyed the journey. Yeah, I just wanted to do something different during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Of course, I'm going to remind you to feel on your boobs, both men and women. Men, don't forget you can get breast cancer as well. But the key to survival is early detection. So feel your boobs, make sure you get your annual exams. Do what's necessary. Pay attention to your body. So that is it. Have a great rest of the day, and thank you for taking this journey with me. I love you. Bye-bye.